Top 10 Highest Paid CEOs in 2020. No doubt, when we're looking at the people with the lion's share of money made in a company, it's the CEOs. We are all aware that these CEOs make a lot of money, but we may not be aware of what these bosses are earning in a single day. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell button for notifications on our new uploads. So the CEOs are the real bosses in every business. They have either climbed the leadership ladder by sheer hard work and determination, or their parents handed the business over to them. Whenever you see a thriving and quite successful business edifice, there is often a high-paid CEO behind the helm of things, making sure things work out as they should. Get what we are trying to say here. Most of the times, being a CEO doesn't mean you're paid heavily. Nevertheless, some are paid heavily, no doubt. It may shock you to know that Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man and the CEO of Amazon, only earns $81,000 yearly as his salary. In this video, we will look at the top 10 highest paid CEOs in 2020. Stay with us to the very end, and number 1 is guaranteed to leave you blown away. Number 10. Shankarnarayan. Suppose you're in the field of creativity, or always making use of the Adobe software. In that case, there is a huge possibility you are paying Shantanu some quality money for his innovation. Narayan is the current CEO of the Adobe software neatly installed in your computer system. In 2019 alone, he earned CEO compensation of about $39.1 million, while the company swam in a revenue worth over $11.2 billion. Oh, and his median employees are somewhat left behind. An average worker in the firm is paid about $147,000 annually, meaning that the CEO earns about 266 times more than the average employee. So how did Narayan get to this point in his career, you may ask? This CEO grew up in India and also had a bachelor's degree in electronics and communication engineering. Narayan then relocated to the United States of America to get an MBA from the University of California, Berkeley. This was the kickoff of his career. And just so you know, he didn't become the CEO of Adobe immediately. He first worked a while with Apple, and later moved on to work for Silicon Graphics as the Director of Collaboration and Desktop Products. He worked a bit with Silicon Graphics and was climbing in ranks until he was offered a position in Adobe in 1998 as the Senior Vice President of Worldwide Product Research. Obviously, his hard work paid off because he was promoted to the CEO in 2007. I presume the company knew Shantanu's ability because under his guidance, Adobe became a Fortune 400 company and has ever since been on a consistent increase in revenue. Number 9. William Bill McDermott. Bill McDermott is an American entrepreneur and also the present CEO of ServiceNow. Before ServiceNow, he started out his company at the young age of 16. He was the then CEO of the technology company SAP SE. During his tenure as co-CEO and CEO, SAP's market reportedly rose from $39 billion to a whopping $156 billion. This means that ServiceNow makes about $3.5 billion every single year. Bill is estimated to earn a CEO compensation of $41.7 million against the $223 made by an average worker in the company. Surprisingly, this is a man I have never heard of until now, and this is absolutely strange given the circle of people I move with. But then again, I've never been so crazy about tech news. Perhaps that's the reason. Now for the tech fans, this man right here should be your next best thing in motivation. Number 8. Lachlan Murdoch. While Lachlan speaks with an American accent, thanks to his many years of privileged schooling in New York and Aspen, concluding with his graduation from Princeton, there is no arguing that his many years in Australia, precisely Sydney, where he met his wife Sarah, have left their smear on the 49-year-old businessman. Startlingly, of all the CEOs on our list for today, Lachlan is the only non-self-made CEO. In fact, he was born into ultra wealth since his father Rupert Murdoch founded the Fox News Corporation, which Lachlan handles to date. Lachlan's total CEO compensation in 2019 was $42.1 million, and the annual company revenue of Fox is $11.4 billion. Number 7. Satya Nadella. Okay, so this one is really cool. If you're using Microsoft, which virtually everyone I know does, you are making this guy on our number 7 very rich. Satya is an Indian-American business executive. He's the CEO of Microsoft right after Steve Ballmer's retirement in 2014. Before becoming CEO, he was initially the executive vice president of Microsoft's enterprise group and cloud. His responsibility includes running and building the company's computing platforms. The current net worth of Satya Nadella is $387 million, with a CEO compensation of $42.9 million. In comparison, the firm's average employee earns $172,512 a year. Number 6. Miguel Patricio. You may be a fan of Kraft Heinz, an American food company created by the union of Heinz and Kraft Foods, co-headquartered in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and Chicago, Illinois. Well, that really appealing and well-known company is enjoying the leadership of Miguel Patricio since 2019. This is most likely the most secretive CEO ever. Miguel was born in Portugal but relocated to Brazil to get a business degree from the Sao Paulo University. He moved through many companies in his profession, companies like Johnson & Johnson, Anheuser-Busch, Philip Morris, and Coca-Cola. In these companies, he held critical executive roles and was even CEO for a while in others. He then finally accepted the position of the CEO of Kraft Heinz, where he is currently making some good money. His CEO compensation is about $43.3 million, while the average employee's salary earns only $42,689, making his compensation 1,014 times higher. Number 5. David Zazlov. TV money is good money, and fortunately, Zazlov's good fortune is there to assure us of the incredible amounts a CEO of a TV station can earn running one. David M. Zazlov is the current president and CEO of Discovery Inc., a role he got into from January 2007. Executive functions are not new to him since he previously held on at NBC Universal. Under Zazlov's leadership, Discovery acquired Scripps Network Interactive in a business deal that closed in March 2018. David's CEO compensation is roughly about $2 million leap from Patricio's. It's about $45.8 million. Number 4. John C. Plant. Plant is probably the oldest CEO on this list. He is the current president, chairman of the board, and CEO of TRW Automotive. A frontrunner in automotive safety systems, TRW employs over 66,000 workers in nearly 190 significant facilities around the globe. This automotive safety company is ranked among the top 10 automotive suppliers in the world. John is also the CEO of Howmet Aerospace, where he makes a significant chunk of money. You should even know that John C. Plant's CEO compensation is about $51.7 million, while an average worker in the firm earns a little above $55,000. Number 3. Lisa Su. Finally, we're having the very first woman on the list. Lisa Su is a 50-year-old Taiwanese-born American electrical engineer and business executive who is currently the president and CEO of Advanced Micro Devices. Before her professional journey with AMD, Lisa worked at Texas Instruments, Freescale Semiconductor, and IBM in engineering and management positions. No doubt, Advanced Micro Devices is a company you've probably never heard of, but you probably use their products every day. Su has made her way in a rather challenging industry and worked hard to rise through the ranks, which she currently enjoys. Lisa Su's total CEO compensation is roughly $58.5 million, in contrast to the average employee salary of $96,874. Number 2. Bob Swann. If you would love to see someone who's worked in about every role, then Swann is probably the person you're looking for, and he is number 2 on our list today. Robert Holmes Swann is a 60-year-old American business decision maker and the current CEO of Intel Corporation since January 2019. He became a part of Intel as CFO in October 2016 from General Atlantic, after offering his services for years as CFO at TRW Inc., Electronic Data Systems, and eBay. His CEO compensation is a staggering $66.9 million. Number 1. Sundar Pichai. Our number 1 is the highest paid CEO in the whole world. and you will be so amazed by who he is. Pichai Sundarajan, known as Sundar Pichai, is a 48-year-old Indian-American business policymaker. He is the CEO of Alphabet Inc. and its subordinate Google LLC. Born in Madurai, India, Pichai bagged his degree in metallurgical engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. He began working at Google in 2014 as a material engineer, where he led product management and innovation for Google Chrome. While on the project, he also oversaw essential developments such as Google Maps, Android, and Gmail, which led him to rise even higher in the ranks. And in 2019, he was made the CEO of Alphabet Incorporated. Pichai has a shocking 2019 compensation of $280.6 million. So there you have it, the top 10 highest paid CEOs in 2020. Don't you agree that these guys have created really great niches for themselves? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, so when next you see a CEO around your neighborhood, you can at least make a rough estimation of what he or she makes in a single day. If this video was insightful, don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell button to be notified when we upload videos like this one. That's it for me, guys. Don't forget to stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.